My modern and unstoppable seniors. Let's talk about something that, quite honestly, no one likes to discuss, but we all experience it at some point. You know that feeling, sitting there, waiting, and nothing happens. Or even worse, when something does happen, but it's not exactly a smooth experience. Yep, I'm talking about constipation. And if you've ever struggled with it, trust me, you're not alone. In fact, as we get older, our digestive system naturally slows down, making constipation more common than ever. But here's the good news. You don't have to accept it as just another part of aging. Imagine waking up every morning feeling light, energetic, and completely at ease. Knowing your digestion is working like a well-oiled machine. No more bloating, no more discomfort, and definitely no more frustration. That's exactly what we're going to achieve today. Because when you eat the right foods that naturally help your body do what it's meant to do, your digestion can transform no matter your age. And today, I'm going to share with you 5 powerful foods that can help your constipation vanish. Yes, vanish. And the best part? These aren't exotic or hard to find foods. They're simple, everyday ingredients that can make all the difference. Now, before we dive in, let me say this. If you've been feeling sluggish, bloated, or just downright uncomfortable lately, you're not alone. It's actually one of the most common complaints among seniors. But why does this happen? Well, as we age, a few things change inside our bodies. Our gut muscles don't work as quickly, our water balance shifts, and sometimes we're just not getting enough of the right nutrients. But don't worry, I've got you covered. Because once you start incorporating these foods into your diet, your body will thank you in ways you never imagined. Let's start with one of the simplest yet most effective foods for getting things moving: prunes. Now, I know what you're thinking. Prunes? Really? Isn't that what my grandmother used to eat? And yes, you're right. But you know what? She was onto something. Prunes are like nature's gentle reset button for your digestion. They're packed with fiber, which helps bulk up your stool and keep things moving. But here's the secret weapon. Prunes also contain sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol that softens stool and makes it easier to pass. In fact, studies have shown that prunes work even better than some over-the-counter laxatives, without the harsh side effects. So, if you're looking for a natural, gentle, and effective way to ease constipation, prunes are your best friend. Try eating a few in the morning with your breakfast or as a midday snack, and I guarantee you'll feel the difference. Now, I know prunes might not be everyone's cup of tea, so if you want another option that works just as well, let's talk about chia seeds. These tiny little powerhouses are loaded with fiber, and when they come into contact with liquid, they form a gel-like consistency that helps keep your stool soft and easy to pass. Think of them like tiny sponges that absorb water and gently push everything along in your digestive tract. Just 1 tablespoon of chia seeds contains about 5 grams of fiber, which is already a big step toward your daily goal. You can sprinkle them on your oatmeal, mix them into yogurt, or even add them to a smoothie. The key is to drink plenty of water when you eat them, because hydration is essential for keeping things moving smoothly. And speaking of hydration, let's talk about something that a lot of people overlook: water-rich fruits. Fruits like pears, apples, and oranges aren't just delicious, they're also amazing for digestion. Why? Because they contain a type of fiber called pectin, which acts like a natural broom, sweeping through your intestines and keeping everything moving. But that's not all. These fruits are also full of water, which helps soften your stool and make it easier to pass. The next time you're feeling backed up, try eating a juicy pear or a crisp apple. You'll be surprised how quickly your digestion starts working in your favor. And here's something a lot of people don't realize. Oranges aren't just a great source of vitamin C. They also contain naringenin, a flavonoid that has a natural laxative effect. So, next time you peel open an orange, know that you're doing way more than just boosting your immune system. You're also giving your gut a little extra love. Now, my modern and unstoppable seniors, I know what you're thinking. Okay, I get it. Fiber, hydration, all that is great. But what about something warm, something comforting? Well, don't worry, because I've got just the thing. Oatmeal. Yep, that simple, humble bowl of oatmeal can work wonders for your digestion. Why? Because it contains soluble fiber, which turns into a gel-like substance in your intestines and helps things move along gently. But here's the trick. You want to go for steel-cut oats or old-fashioned rolled oats, not the instant kind. Instant oatmeal often lacks the full fiber content that your gut needs. Add a handful of berries or a sprinkle of cinnamon, and you've got yourself a delicious, digestion-friendly meal to start your day. And let me tell you, there's one more food that takes everything to the next level. It's simple, it's delicious, and it's something you might already have in your fridge. But before we get to that, I want to hear from you. Have you tried any of these foods before? What's your go-to remedy when things aren't moving the way they should? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because trust me, your experience might just help someone else who's going through the same thing. And hey, if you're enjoying this so far, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Your support helps keep this channel going, and together, we can build a community of modern, unstoppable seniors who are taking charge of their health, one simple habit at a time. Now, let's keep going, because I've got a food coming up that might surprise you. Now that we've started making some changes, let's keep the momentum going. Because here's the thing, when you give your body the right fuel, it starts working with you instead of against you. And that means less discomfort, more regularity, and an overall sense of ease in your daily life. So, let's talk about the next food that can make a real difference. Imagine biting into something naturally sweet, packed with fiber, and brimming with digestive-friendly nutrients. Sounds good, right? Well, that's exactly what prunes bring to the table. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Prunes? Aren't those just for, old-fashioned remedies? Well, let me tell you, these little fruits have stood the test of time for a reason. Prunes are loaded with sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol that helps pull water into your intestines. More water means softer stools, and softer stools mean easier, more comfortable movements. And here's a fun fact. The European Food Safety Authority has even confirmed that eating prunes regularly contributes to normal bowel function. That's not just some old wives' tale. That's science backing up what people have known for generations. The best part? You don't have to force yourself to eat them plain if that's not your thing. Blend them into a smoothie, chop them up into your morning oatmeal, or even enjoy them as a natural sweetener in baking. Just 3 to 5 prunes a day can work wonders for your digestion. Now, speaking of foods that help your gut, let's talk about something you might already have in your fridge. Yogurt. But not just any yogurt. If you really want to get your digestion moving smoothly, you need to go for probiotic-rich yogurt. You've probably heard about probiotics before. They're those friendly little bacteria that keep your gut balanced and happy. When your gut bacteria are thriving, digestion becomes easier, nutrients get absorbed better, and yes, bowel movements become more regular. Studies show that probiotics, especially those containing bifidobacterium and lactobacillus, can significantly improve constipation in older adults. So how do you get the most benefit? Look for yogurt with live active cultures and no added sugars. The less sugar the better, because too much sugar can actually disrupt your gut bacteria instead of helping it. And if you're not a fan of yogurt, no worries. Kefir is another fantastic probiotic drink that can give you the same gut-friendly benefits. Now, let's keep going, because we're just getting to the real game changers. Another powerhouse food for digestion? Chia seeds. These tiny seeds might not look like much, but they pack a serious fiber punch. Just 1 tablespoon has nearly 5 grams of fiber. And not just any fiber. Chia seeds contain soluble fiber, which absorbs water and forms a gel-like substance in your intestines. That gel helps move things along smoothly, reducing strain and discomfort. The best part? Chia seeds are incredibly easy to incorporate into your diet. Stir them into yogurt, sprinkle them over salads, or soak them in water or almond milk overnight for a delicious pudding-like texture. And here's a little trick. If you struggle with drinking enough water throughout the day, chia seeds can actually help keep you hydrated because they absorb and retain moisture. That's a win-win for digestion and overall health. Now, before we move on, let me know in the comments, have you tried any of these foods before? Which ones worked best for you? Your experiences might just help someone else in our Unstoppable Senior community. And stick with me, because there's still more to uncover. We're getting into some surprising additions that can make all the difference in how you feel every single day. Alright, my modern and unstoppable seniors, let's keep going. So far, we've covered some incredible foods that can help your digestion, but we're not stopping there. Because the more tools you have in your toolkit, the better your gut will function. Now, let's talk about a food that's often overlooked, but is so powerful when it comes to keeping things moving: flax seeds. Just like chia seeds, flax seeds are packed with fiber. But here's the real magic. They contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, which means they work on two levels. The soluble fiber absorbs water and helps soften stools, while the insoluble fiber adds bulk, making it easier for waste to pass through your intestines. But flax seeds don't stop there. They also contain omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation in the gut and promote a healthy digestive system overall. Now, there's just one important thing to remember. Flax seeds need to be ground for your body to absorb their full benefits. Whole flax seeds tend to pass right through you without breaking down. So, buy them pre-ground or grind them yourself with a blender or coffee grinder. Sprinkle them over your cereal, mix them into smoothies, or stir them into soups and stews. You'll barely notice they're there, but your digestion will thank you. And speaking of foods that help digestion, let's talk about something that adds a little heat to your meals: ginger. Ginger has been used for centuries as a natural remedy for digestive issues, and there's a reason why. It contains compounds called gingerols and shogaols, which help speed up digestion by increasing movement in your intestines. That means food doesn't just sit in your stomach, it moves along smoothly. Ginger is also great for reducing bloating and gas, which can sometimes make digestion feel sluggish and uncomfortable. So, how can you add ginger to your diet? Try grating fresh ginger into warm water for a soothing tea. Add it to stir fries, or even blend it into a smoothie for an extra kick. A little goes a long way, and it's a simple way to keep your digestive system on track. Now let's shift gears a little and talk about one of the biggest culprits of constipation: not drinking enough water. Even if you're eating all the right foods, your digestive system needs water to function properly. Without enough hydration, fiber can actually make constipation worse because it needs water to do its job effectively. A good rule of thumb: aim for at least 8 glasses of water a day, but if you're active or eat a lot of fiber, you may need even more. And here's a little trick: if plain water feels boring, try infusing it with lemon, cucumber, or fresh mint. It adds a refreshing flavor and can actually make you want to drink more. Alright, before we move on, tell me in the comments, which of these foods or habits do you already use? Have you noticed a difference? Your input helps create a space where we can all learn from each other. But don't go anywhere, because coming up next, we're talking about one final secret weapon that can truly transform your digestion. Alright, my modern and unstoppable seniors, we're down to our final secret weapon for smooth digestion. And trust me, this one is a game changer. Have you ever heard of prunes? Now I know, prunes have a bit of a reputation as a grandma's remedy for constipation, but let me tell you, they work for a reason. Prunes are packed with soluble fiber, which helps draw water into your intestines, softening stools and making them easier to pass. But the real magic? Sorbitol. Sorbitol is a natural sugar alcohol found in prunes that has a mild laxative effect. It pulls water into your intestines, helping to speed things along without being harsh on your system. And if prunes aren't your thing, dried plums, which are the same fruit, just marketed differently, work just as well. Try eating 2 to 3 prunes a day as a snack or blending them into a smoothie. If you're dealing with persistent constipation, you can bump it up to 5 or 6 prunes a day. And here's another tip: soak them in warm water overnight before eating. This makes them even easier to digest and enhances their gut-friendly effects. Now, let's talk about something that most people don't think about when it comes to digestion: movement. Yes, what you eat is important, but how much you move is just as crucial. Physical activity stimulates the muscles in your intestines, keeping everything moving along smoothly. A simple 15 to 30-minute walk after meals can work wonders for digestion. It helps food move through your system faster, reduces bloating, and even lowers blood sugar levels. And if walking isn't your thing, gentle stretching or yoga can be just as effective. There are specific yoga poses, like twists and forward bends, that actually massage your digestive organs and help relieve bloating. So don't underestimate the power of movement. It's one of the easiest and most natural ways to keep your digestion on track. Now, before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap of everything we've covered so far. Start your day with a fiber-rich breakfast, like oatmeal, chia seeds, or flax seeds. Load up on gut-friendly foods like yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut to boost your healthy bacteria. Add digestion-boosting ingredients like ginger and prunes to your daily routine. Drink plenty of water to help fiber do its job. And don't forget, movement is key to keeping your digestion smooth and regular. By making these small changes, you'll feel the difference. Your digestion will improve, your energy levels will go up, and you'll feel lighter and more comfortable every day. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these tips are you excited to try? Have you already noticed improvements in your digestion with any of these? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your experiences. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more senior wellness tips. Until next time, my modern and unstoppable seniors, take care, stay active, and keep nourishing your body the right way. See you in the next video.